Anything going on in the world the last couple of days?
I don't know, Eric. What do you think?
Why? I mean, my prime source for major geopolitical issues is Sean Penn, and I haven't heard about him doing anything recently. So it must not be happening.
Well, I hear that he's in the Ukraine right now shooting a documentary about something that must have happened in the last couple of days over in the Ukraine.
I can't wait for notorious white leader Sean Penn to tell me what's going on in Ukraine.
You really don't like Sean Penn. We've spoken about Sean Penn before, and you're just not a fan.
Sean Penn is a dick.
Because he beat the shit out of Madonna.
What don't Madonna fucking touch Madonna, bro.
Yeah, well, not even, it could have been anyone, but it's like it's one of those weird things. It's like he did it in like 1992, so everyone's like, this is just the times, and it was like, no, you still shouldn't have been able to do that. Like that's not like, oh, you like said something that's like in 1980 that sounds inappropriate now, like an Eddie Murphy stand-up bit where it's like, yeah, that was popular opinion. I fucked up. Like I should have known better. It's like, no, you beat someone. Like you beat your wife.
that was popular opinion back in the day.
Not that day. Back in like the black and white television days where a joke could be like, one of these days I'm gonna punch you. Like
he never punched her though.
He never did. What's that?
It was Honeymooners.
Yeah, he never did it. He just threatened it.
Listen, sometimes it's
I guess that's a step in the right direction. Is just to be like, good in an era where it was like definitely happening at a high rate, to be like, to not do it, to be like, oh, I want to, is like, well, that's a level of restraint that to that era.
I respect this guy.
Yeah. I don't think I would like that. I don't think that's appropriate today, but back then it's like, good for you, man. Not doing that.
Isn't he also like a Alec Baldwin type of dude though? Like he's always in trouble for something.
I'm certain. I think we talked about last time we talked about him. We also were talking about Baldwin, or at least they came up because they're similar in that.
Well, I think he's a little
like shit passed, but they seem to get a pass because they are liberal.
Right.
I was like, no, that shouldn't be how that works. Like,
yeah, super liberal too, like annoyingly liberal.
It's like annoyingly corporate liberal still.
Right.
Like
Hillary, Obama type shit.
Not even like Susan Sarandon being like super pro Bernie. It's like I think what we need is a centrist government after years and years of centrist governing, turning our country into some trash. It's like, why would they ever want to elect Trump? All we did was destroy the middle class. Like,
I thought Sean Penn was a Trump supporter.
No, I think so. He's anti.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty like I don't know. Like a lot of the Trump Hollywood is younger. Like it's like the Gina Carano crowd and stuff like that.
Well, Kirstie Alley made a fucking stupid ass tweet.
No, I mean, but she's always been a Trumpy. But I did see that she did. Well, before we get, we could add that to the list. But
it's the same thing, really. It's the same topic. We don't really know what Sean Penn's doc is about.
It's about
the Ukraine.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, go ahead. What did she do?
Maybe he's there on a food excursion. He's trying to be the next Anthony Bourdain.
What did
has been filled?
What did Kirstie do?
Oh, she just tweeted like something stupid. I don't remember the exact tweet. She deleted it because she was getting shit for it. But it was like, I don't know what's going on. She said like, I don't know what's going on.
It's right there for you to see.
No, but she's like, I don't know all the info that's correct, so I'm not going to support either side or some stupid shit like that. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it.
It's literally bombs hitting another part of the world.
Well, it's because Trump is supporting.
Trump Putin said that it's like this is a great genius move by Putin, and it's like, so there's a handful of his supporters are bending over backwards to justify why they shouldn't support Vladimir Putin right now.
Oh yeah, totally. It's crazy how many Americans support this motherfucker. And it's like the funniest thing that I see is like, oh, Putin just wants freedom. He's supporting the freedom. And I'm like, yo, are you stupid? Like, how dumb are you?
I mean,
right.
to be completely honest,
I'm gonna do this. Well, I'm
what's this noise?
Do we have a fourth member of the podcast? A guest?
No, I was trying to find the tweet. And then when I clicked one of the articles, just fucking random ass videos started playing.
Gotcha.
We're gonna get claimed for that.
Yeah, I mean, we use that excuse a lot, though. It was like we're bringing Operation Iraqi Freedom and stuff like that. Like, we're bringing democracy to the Middle East. It's like, yeah, I can understand why. Like, I don't understand why they think Russia's doing it, but I understand why they would fall for that excuse, because the United States has done that before, where it's like, we're bringing freedom to them. It's like, no, we're not. We're bringing airstrikes to them. Like,
how many innocent people were killed? Like, is there even
Well, that's another thing. Apparently, Putin's like killing civilians. He like bombed a kindergarten or something.
He bombed it. Like, yeah, there was an attack on there was a bombing on a kindergarten, a bombing on like apartment building and stuff. Like, pretty much, just your run of the mill war crimes.
I'm sure he didn't mean to hit the kindergarten.
Yeah. Give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. It's hard to know where what exactly is going to fall into the bomb's blast radius.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big, it's a big radius.
It's a big boom. Sometimes things happen.
I did watch a video that showed it was, I don't know I think it was a TikTok, and in the TikTok, people in the comments were like, "Hey, can you show us how big of an explosion it would be if Russia hit this place and this place?" And then he'll respond to the comment by showing a video of it. And it showed if Russia hit us with its biggest bomb, it would go from New York to like I want to whatever Dakota or
I
whatever.
gotta tell you, I'm really not scared of them anymore. So like, go ahead, bring me your bombs, motherfucker.
There's still a nuclear power. Like,
yeah, but we got nukes too. Like, come on, fight nuke with nuke. Like, I'm just not scared of them anymore. I thought they were like this big bad.
We would all die. Like, climate change isn't what's going to kill us now. That's just us resolving. Because here's inevitably, if there's a nuclear war between U.S. and Russia, New York gets hit. Like,
oh yeah,
we are dead.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not scared though. I'm not scared.
I'm not scared of them. They're never gonna hit the button.
As long as we win, though. As long as we win, I don't give a fuck. I'm dead.
No, I'm not. I'm just not. I just don't.
Just says USA.
No, I mean, like, I guess what I'm like, it's like it's just like everybody's got nukes, right? So like we could kill a whole country too. China could kill a whole country. Somebody could. I'm just not scared of Russia anymore.
If half of us are dead, it's like, what's the point of even attacking them at that point?
Well, Ukraine doesn't have nukes, so they gave up their shit. They were like one of the countries that was like, when it was like, oh, we should all disarm, they were like, agreed, that's a good idea. And then now that's probably one of the biggest reasons they're getting screwed right now.
Damn, their president's a badass motherfucker, though.
Well,
an old comedic actor or stand-up.
Yeah, leave it to an actor to be like, yeah, bitch, let's fight.
Well, hopefully Sean Penn covers all this in his documentary. Thanks, Sean Penn.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean Penn, for solving the Ukraine crisis.
By the time this shit releases, is it going to be like, why was he even there? Did he fly over there as soon as it happened? Tickets were cheap?
Yeah, he was waiting, and he was like, finally, some tragedy.
Have you seen that video? That guy, they ask him, it's like this old dude, and they're talking about him, and he's like, yeah, I travel all the time. They're like, how do you do it? He's like, I literally wait for disaster to take place. And then once the disaster takes place in these areas, the ticket prices go astronomically down. So it was like he's like, Hurricane Katrina, I'm basically a free trip over there. Like he was just.
But then to do what? Just watch the build New Orleans?
Well, I think it was more of like, if there's like a huge shooting or something like that, ticket prices would go down because nobody wants to go in that area. So maybe not Katrina. Katrina might have been a bad example, but
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't care to like travel just that aimlessly, where it's like, oh shit, look at this. This happened in some country I've never thought to go to before. Might as well go now. It's cheaper.
All right. Well, fuck Sean Penn.
I mean,
Sorry.
His response should have been, I fly Spirit. And then people are like, oh, okay.
He was like in the meeting too. I saw pictures of him like in the fucking Ukrainian government like meeting. Yeah.
Does he have like a private jet?
He had a hood on too. Like he thought putting a hood on, people wouldn't know who the fuck he was.
No one knows who A-list actor Sean Penn is.
When's the last time? I mean,
would you call him A-list?
That's it.
At one point in his career, he was. There's a certain point where I think that, like, you know, I like George Clooney doesn't do a ton of movies anymore, but I think
he's still A-list.
A-list. Like, yeah. I think Sean Penn does less movies, but I still think that if you wanted to attach him to your project, it would be like dope. We get Sean Penn. Like,
yeah,
at a certain age and like part of your career, if it's like seemingly more by like I'm just picking my projects, I think you're still A-list.
Okay.
There are some people who are like in a similar position, but not as successful. So they like it. Like even though he does like, I think Nicolas Cage is probably like a B plus, A minus. Like he's in that range because he's a big draw, but he also has like such a wild reputation that like you're not really putting him in your super serious film. Whereas you would still cast Sean Penn, I think, if you're trying to do like a serious draw.
I agree with you, but then I think about like if you go up to a rando on the street and you ask them who Sean Penn is versus who Nicolas Cage is, I think you have a better bet of people knowing Nicolas Cage.
But Nicolas Cage does like 3 movies every year.
Yeah,
all I'm saying is that like his paychecks I don't think are as big as if Sean Penn chooses, and like he doesn't have the it's a lot of his own fault because he was buying dinosaur bones and shit like that. But Nicolas Cage doesn't have the financial security to just say no to the scripts. Essentially, like
okay, yeah, I getcha.
Like I have to like, and once again, he's kind of typecast. Like Nicolas Cage, you put him in your movie because he's Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah,
like, you're not really expecting him to be like. And it's sad because he's shown in like the past that he can do big roles really well, but he hasn't for like 3 decades now, so no one wants him to do them. Like,
who doesn't love Nicolas Cage though?
Oh no, it's not that you don't. I love Nicolas. I'm just saying.
I mean, at this point, he's like a meme though. So that.
Well, that's my thing. I don't know if I actually like him or if I just think like the memes are funny.
I think for as insane as he sounds, that the worst thing I know about him is that he's like financially irresponsible to like an incredible degree. I think that makes me like him because a lot of people who are as insane as he seems tend to have like much worse things about them. Like maybe I just don't. Well, like it seems as though the worst thing on Nicolas Cage is just like he thinks he has infinite money and he doesn't. Like